What if I told you that the thoughts running through your mind right now aren't actually yours? That the beliefs you hold, the opinions you fiercely defend, even the way you see the world, might not be a product of your free will at all. It sounds like a conspiracy theory, right? But this isn't about shadowy organizations or secret experiments. It's about something far more subtle and far more dangerous. Because right now, without realizing it, your mind is being shaped, molded, and manipulated by forces you can't even see. Your choices, your desires, even your memories might not be as yours as you think, and the scariest part? The moment you believe you're immune to mind control is the moment you become most vulnerable to it. So, how deep does this rabbit hole go? Is free will an illusion? Who or what is really in control of your thoughts? And most importantly, can you break free? Let's find out. From the moment you wake up, your mind is flooded with information. The news you read, the ads you see, the conversations you have, each one subtly shaping the way you think. But what if I told you that this isn't just a side effect of living in a connected world? What if your mind is being systematically influenced by design? To understand this, let's talk about an infamous experiment, the Lost in the Mall study. In the 1990s, psychologist Elizabeth Loftus wanted to see if she could implant false memories into people's minds. She told participants detailed stories about events from their childhood, events that never actually happened. Shockingly, many of them remembered these fake events as if they were real. If a researcher can alter someone's memories with just a few words, imagine what an entire system designed for manipulation can do. From subliminal advertising to political propaganda, from social media algorithms to neuromarketing, we're being influenced in ways we barely notice. And it's not just our opinions that are being shaped. It's our very perception of reality. But here's the real question: if our thoughts can be implanted, influenced, and even fabricated, then how much of you is really you? To really grasp how deep this goes, we need to talk about something called neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself based on experience. Every time you consume information, neurons fire in specific patterns. The more those patterns repeat, the stronger they become. This is how habits form, beliefs solidify, and identities take shape. Now think about how social media is designed. Algorithms don't just show you what you like. They show you what will keep you engaged. They reinforce your existing beliefs, trapping you in an echo chamber where your thoughts become predictable and controllable. And then there's the mere exposure effect, a psychological phenomenon where people tend to believe something simply because they've heard it repeatedly. This is why propaganda works, why misinformation spreads, and why ideas, even false ones, can take hold in your mind without you realizing it. But it goes deeper. In 2014, Facebook conducted a secret experiment on nearly 700,000 users. They manipulated what posts people saw to test whether they could control their emotions. The result? They succeeded. Users exposed to more negative content became more negative. Those shown positive content became more positive. Think about it. That a tech company, with just a few tweaks to an algorithm, was able to alter the emotional state of nearly 1 million people without them realizing it. If that's not mind control, what is? Now, some people argue, isn't this just how humans work? We're always influenced by our environment. And that's true. Influence isn't necessarily control. A conversation with a friend, reading a book, or experiencing something new can naturally shift your perspective. But here's the key difference. Natural influence is random. Engineered influence is strategic. When corporations, governments, and AI algorithms deliberately manipulate the flow of information, they aren't just influencing you, they're guiding your thoughts without you realizing it. Still, skeptics might say, even if we're influenced, we can still think critically and make our own choices. But can we? Consider the illusion of choice. Ever wonder why supermarkets place expensive items at eye level? Or why streaming services autoplay the next episode before you can think twice? These aren't coincidences, they're tactics designed to bypass your conscious decision-making and exploit your brain's natural shortcuts. And if we're so easily manipulated in small decisions, what about big ones? What if the opinions you hold about politics, science, even morality, aren't the result of independent thought, but of carefully orchestrated psychological conditioning? So, if our thoughts are being shaped by unseen forces, what can we do about it? The first step is awareness. The simple act of recognizing manipulation weakens its power over you. Here's how you can reclaim control over your mind. Question your assumptions. If an idea feels obvious or universally true, ask yourself, why do I believe this? Who benefits from me believing this? Diversify your information sources. If you only consume news, entertainment, or opinions from a single perspective, you're likely trapped in a narrative bubble. Take breaks from constant stimulation. Your brain needs quiet to process information independently. If you're always consuming, when are you actually thinking? Watch for emotional triggers. If something makes you angry, afraid, or outraged, ask yourself, is someone trying to manipulate me? Because the most powerful form of mind control is the one that convinces you it doesn't exist. We like to believe we're free thinkers, that our ideas are our own, but what if the very concept of free thought is an illusion? If memories can be implanted, if emotions can be controlled, if reality itself can be edited through carefully crafted information, then what does that say about our perception of the world? And more importantly, if you can't trust your own thoughts, what can you trust? Perhaps the greatest act of rebellion isn't fighting external control, but reclaiming the one thing no one should ever be able to take from you: your mind. So the question is, are you really in control? Or is someone else holding the strings? Think about it.